So I wanted to get on here and talk about some connections that people may not understand on why they hate certain things, like why they hate maybe certain like exercise movements like cardio, why they might hate certain foods like broccoli or something like that. So this specific realization literally just came to me. So I'm on here, I'm on one of these bike ergs, and so I've always not really liked bikes. Like I love riding a bike, like leisurely, but for some reason, every single time I hop on like one of these bike ergs, it like sucks the life out of me. Like for some reason, like I just can't last. I don't like, I get almost like repulsed by it. Like the feeling of what I thought was, the feeling of the burn that you feel when you're on the bike. I thought that it was just like, oh, I'm just not a good biker. And I thought deeper into it. I felt deeper into it. And it's usually not a reason like that. So if you hate like cardio, or if you hate like a certain food, like, broccoli or cauliflower or green beans or something like that, if you actually dive in deeper, you're going to find that there's some type of memory. There's some type of connection to that specific thing that you strongly dislike that is causing the repulsiveness around it. Okay. And so for me, for example, right? Okay. This bike I was just on, when I was younger, my dad and I would always ride bikes. He like, that's just what he did. He just rode his bike like all across town. And what he would do is he would get in front of me and he'd leave me in the dust, man. Like it was almost like he forgot about me. And that meant a lot to me. Like it really, really hurt me because I've always really wanted to be really close to my dad. Like I've just really wanted him to see me and love me. And so when he would do something like that, unconsciously, he wouldn't even be aware of it, I would literally start to break down in tears. Like I remember you'd be on a bike ride, and this has happened several times. And even if he was just like, honestly, like just 50 feet in front of me, like if he but usually it was when he was like way further ahead of me, like, I don't know, 400 meters or something. I just felt like he was just leaving me. And I would start crying on my bike. And I'm like, I don't know, like I'm not that young, I'm probably like 12, 13, 14, even something like that. And it just ripped my heart, and I hated it. I hated the feeling of him leaving me in the dust. And so it was that feeling though, it's that connection of why I actually don't really enjoy bikes, because it brings up that memory. Like this is how, neurons that fire together wire together. So when I was on the bike, I wired biking with unlovable by dad, like not lovable by dad, like rejected by dad. Okay. So that is the reason why I actually strongly dislike bikes currently, which I like literally just realized, this whole process of mastering yourself and figuring yourself out is like a never ending journey. But I just realized that. And so I'm really excited that I just noticed that, because once you realize that that's the wiring, like that's how it's been wired, then you can start to go in and actually rewire it. So like for me right now, it would be like, okay, like when I'm on the bike, I'm going to think the great experiences with my dad. I'm going to think that, man, like, all those experiences that we had together that were just so memorable, so joyful, so connected. And I can really rewire that, as I'm on the bike, and the stronger I feel it, the stronger that rewiring is. So I just wanted to share this because a lot of people have like a strong dislike towards something, and it could be something that's like, really helpful for you, like exercise or something. So just check in, oh, like I really hate running, right? That's a really common one. So it's like, ask yourself, okay, just go into your body and really feel like what sort of memories come up where you really had a terrible time. Like maybe you were running in, and usually it's going to start from childhood, guys. It's not going to be like usually like an adult thing typically, unless it's like a really big event. But usually like it's like maybe you know, in grade school, you were doing the mile and you tripped and fell and like all the kids like laughed at you or something like that. Like it's going to be something like that. Or maybe somebody told you that, hey, you're just not a good runner, you know, and then all of a sudden from that point on, you just hated fucking running because you just didn't think you were good at it, you know? So really feel into why, you know, or really feel into like what memory, what memories come up with certain things. And it could be like a certain exercise, like running or biking or swimming. You know, maybe you felt like you were drowning at one point. It could be with foods, like certain like green beans or something. Like maybe your mom like or dad like forced you to have like all your green beans and you just felt like you're gonna like just totally vomit all over the place, and you felt like nobody cared for you, you know, like didn't care about that. So it's really, really interesting. We tend to think like, oh, I just don't like the taste of green beans. But it's usually not that. It's usually like some type of emotional feeling that causes us to strongly be repulsed by those things. And that can really set you back if it's a lot of things like eating, you know, like certain things that will lead you to the body and the vitality that you want. So I just wanted to share that. I thought it was a really cool realization, and I'm excited to rewire it, and so that I can start to really enjoy biking and kind of love that. And yeah, so anyways, if you guys have anything, like I would love to hear, like what are some of the things that you've noticed that you like strongly dislike, you have a strong dislike for, like whether that be a certain food, a certain activity, I mean, it could be whatever, like a certain location, a certain smell, you know, a certain color, a certain person, like, I don't know, just share it with me. I think that'd be really cool. So you can share it in the comments, or you can message me if you feel it. So, sending much, much love to you guys. We'll see you later. Bye.